1983 is the year of the Battle of the Babies. The small car share of the market has more than doubled over the last 10 years to over 23% of the total in 1982. The cars are small, the stakes are big. The Fiesta has up to now performed brilliantly in this sector. Now, the new Fiesta is ready to improve Fiesta's appeal in the face of the competition. And the competition is tough. The Fiat Uno is a serious challenge. Fiat have invested £360 million in the Uno car line, and they'd like it back. This is the Uno 55 5-door. The Uno comes in this and the 3-door body style. Although the Uno claims up to 65 miles to the gallon for its fuel economy version, overall it's only average for the class. The Uno comes in the 0.9, 1.1 and 1.3 litre engines. The Uno's wheelbase is actually 3 inches longer than the Fiesta and is 2 inches taller. Yet surprisingly, it has less front and rear legroom and only equivalent headroom. Like the 127, it handles well, but the ride is disappointing. Not up to the standard of the Fiesta. The big screen gives good visibility, but the single wiper blade leaves large areas unswept. The Fiat Uno is a good car, but it's not a breakthrough. Some models are available with a 5-speed gearbox, but the 5th gear doesn't seem to add very much to either performance or economy. Inside, Fiat seems to have economized on the dash, and the layout is fussy. The split-fold seat, although standard on supermodels, is not available on any other derivative. In summary, the Uno is less comfortable and refined than the Fiesta, with only class average fuel economy figures. There have been some unkind things said about the Samba. One writer has said, it's simply a mixture of Peugeot parts rebadged. The Samba comes in 2 body styles, the hatchback and the cabriolet. There are 3 engine sizes, the 950, 1100 and 1360. 5-speed is available. Performance is again about average for the class, but the Samba is quite economical if it's driven carefully. One of the Samba's styling characteristics is its square, box-like shape. Not everybody's cup of tea. And the tailgate entrance is awkwardly high. But the Samba is a well-behaved car, good to drive, not much panache or personality perhaps, but a good ride. The seating is a bit soft, typically French, but the driving position is good. Here's something interesting which lends credence to comments about how the Samba's put together. The screen wipers are for a left-hand drive car. Nova. It means new. But there's not an awful lot about the Nova that's innovative. The Nova comes as a 2-door saloon or hatchback, with at present a choice of a 1 litre or a 1.2 litre engine. A 1.3 litre engine will be available towards the end of the year. The 1 litre version is noisy and sluggish, but the 1.2 is a well-engineered unit. The Nova doesn't handle as well as the Fiesta, and the ride, it's not as good. The thick B-pillar and the flared wheel arches are not to everyone's taste. Inside, the Nova is as roomy as the Fiesta. The dash is a GM standard design and a bit basic. The Nova's fuel consumption is not as good as the Fiesta's, especially when you compare the 1.1 derivatives with the Nova 1.2. No, there's not a lot that's new about the Nova. The Metro. Metro was the first of British Leyland's new generation of cars. The BL A+ 1 litre and 1.3 litre engines are based on a 20-year-old design, and 5-speed transmission is not available. It is available with a wide range of badges, from the City through to the Vanden Pla and MG. One thing you have to say for the Metro is that it certainly makes good use of space. Passenger room and luggage capacity are very impressive. Performance, however, is not great, especially with the 1 litre power unit, which is a bit noisy. It's not a very refined engine, even though it's been around a long time. For many drivers, the driving position will seem awkward and mini-like, with the wheel at too flat an angle, and the dash is a bit low. Make no mistake, however, the Metro is tough competition. It does have a personality all of its own. Just one more thing. Fuel economy is a little below average for the class, despite the inflated claims BL have made in the past. The Polo, Volkswagen's contender. It's certainly an interesting car, as you'd expect from Volkswagen. There's a choice of two engines, the 1 litre and the 1.1. But surprisingly, no choice of trim colour. To create more space, Volkswagen made the Polo estate-shaped. It does improve on passenger and luggage accommodation, but the estate look is not to everyone's taste. Coupe and classic versions have more recently been introduced. Polo's engines and 4-speed gearbox are nice pieces of engineering, and the car is pleasant to drive. But although VW make good engines, they're not terribly fuel efficient. In fact, well below average for the class. Not aided, of course, by the lack of a 5-speed gearbox, making it a lot less versatile than Fiesta. The Polo, however, is a well-built car. How do the other babies match up to the new Fiesta? How will the battle go? The new Fiesta is designed to the very highest standards, and each model in the range is very well equipped. On the outside, it's a much enhanced car. The grills are gone, the angles have gone. It's all designed for aerodynamic efficiency combined with a visually pleasing design. Inside, new standards are set for comfort, driver ergonomics and luxury. Outstanding fuel economy, aided by mechanical revisions and 5-speed availability, plus a well-beating diesel engine early in 1984, will also add to Fiesta's appeal. Care, attention to detail, the innovative ability of Ford designers and engineers have all come together in the Fiesta, the little car that thinks big. And now for the commercial.
Now there's a little car that thinks it's big. The new Ford Fiesta. It's got new big car looks, smoother, more efficient. New trim for big car comfort. And a new big car dash. It's even got an optional 5-speed for quiet big car cruising. Happily though, it's still just as nippy and just as much fun to drive as the Fiesta has always been. It may think it's big, but it's still quite small. The new Ford Fiesta, the little car that thinks big.